Hello. This is for my sociology class. Um, Making a short video to explain a few things. So one of the first prompts in the assignment is society has changed over the past decade from style to language and even our environmental resources. Give an example of how social change has affected physical environment, population, innovation, diffusion, and mass media. So one of the biggest things when I think over the past decade, there's a few things that come to mind. One is, once gay marriage is legal, no matter where you're at, the Supreme Court's ruled on it. And style language has changed a little bit too, because I think certain things have become a little more accepting in society, whether you're someone who's a liberal mindset or a conservative mindset, like queer eye for straight guy. You'd be surprised how many men I know who actually love that show. And I'm just using that as an example. How people are, maybe it's my mindset, have become a little more open-minded towards certain things. The country, the nation as a whole, is much more energy independent. Um, we I think for most part, whether it's gas or manufacturing, we've kind of gone back to our roots a little bit when it comes to getting things done at home. Population, mass media. Mass media in the past 30 years has changed dramatically. I mean, I remember the 24-hour news cycle, I think, really started in the late 90s to early 2000s. You have more opinion people, you have more political commentators than you do actual journalists most of the time, at least on news networks, whether it's CNN, Fox News, or MSNBC. You have people that are, you have every channel has a political commentator, and the difference between a political commentator and an actual journalist is one is paid to give their opinion and thought process, an outlook on a certain situation or current state of politics, where one is just supposed to give you the straight news. Um, and whether you love it or hate it, every news network does it. So, if I look at the second question, the information revolution was and still is an important perspective of social change. In your opinion, how has it changed society? How do you feel it will change society in the future? The information revolution is great, and it kind of goes back to the news media and all that really good stuff, but at the same time, it's also debunked a lot of things that the media puts out there. Um, there's a lot more independent. It's really mobilized a lot of independent journalism. Like there's a young gentleman named by name Anomaly. He posts. He does his own research. He does his own news. He goes out and sees where things are true or false. David Poole is another one. He'll actually go to the riots in whether it's Missouri or supposedly no-go zones in Europe, Muslim no-go zones, and it's basically, in a sense, it's almost keeping the mainstream media honest. Um, and these gentlemen are able to record themselves and show you what they're seeing and explain what they're seeing with facts, not just opinion. Where I think it was ABC or MSNBC, one of those outlets here a while back, posted a video of Kurds supposedly attacking, our Turkish forces supposedly attacking Kurdish civilians, and it turns out it was a gun show from Missouri, like 5-6 years ago. Which that's a good way to start a war. And stuff like that has to be. You gotta hold those people accountable when they do that, and then people like David Poole or Anomaly, they'll keep them accountable. So I do think because of whether, again, there's a lot of misinformation out there too, but when you have people like those two gentlemen who are able to present facts and show what they're seeing, it's easy to debunk the fake stuff. So how has modernization changed modernization changed many developing countries? Two countries first come to mind when I think modernized. One is China and the other one's India. China is probably one of the fastest developing countries in the world, actually. My understanding is they're putting like 13 coal plants. They're building 13 coal plants a month, or um, they're doing something to develop their nation. I mean, everyone will do business in China. Do business in China. Um, and then the other one that comes to mind is probably India. Um, the embrace of the free market system and trade. I mean, outside of being like the largest democracy in the world, it's really they've uplifted probably the most impoverished people. I was reading an article. This is last year, and how basically they'd pulled like 30% of the population out of in the last decade out of low income, or whatever, because of trade agreements, because of the embrace of capitalization or capitalism, um, just competing to do better for the people. And last but not least, what are the types of social movements that have occurred in history, and why did they occur? The most recent ones that come to mind when I look at this question is probably the Tea Party, or Occupy Wall Street, um, and those are most recent ones in my lifetime. The Tea Party, current stance against anything that's socialism or liberalism, where you have the Occupy Wall Street, where it was anything anti-capitalist. Um, and both have reasonable arguments, both have good points. But the one thing that was really concerning about that is you did see a behavior difference between the two parties. You weren't picking up after the Tea Party, it seems like whether you're in New York or LA or even Phoenix, there's a lot of bad people that kind of follow behind the Occupy Wall Street movement. Not that they were all bad. But unfortunately, sometimes some groups are easier to hop on to than others. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's my thought process on this question, and it's the last assignment. Thank God. But I have enjoyed the class, and it's given me some insight. And God bless, and have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Martin Luther King Day.